Hello, 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 and welcome back to another Age of Empires. So this is going to be a much more fair game in the sense of not having a giant overwrought map and giant overwrought everything. It's still Black Forest explored, so I'm still cheating, so to speak. Yeah, let's do this and see how it goes. Goth versus random. I still am going to try for a Goth spam strategy, aka Zerg Rush, aka, or not Rush, just Zerg Flood. Because that's kind of the way I like to play. So first things first, as you may or may not have noticed, I've hotkeyed every important thing. Alrighty, we're just gonna turn on Auto Scout until I see what I'm trying to get. There they are. More sheep. No one idle yet. We're waiting on the 6th. First 6 go on food, then 4 go on wood, and then at that point it gets a little fuzzier for me. I know I need to get a boar lure going, and okay. That's a very wide area of the map. Assuming my opponent is over here somewhere. Alright, transitioning over to wood now. This is a relatively small wood patch. I'll want to have a second wood patch selected before long. See if I can get that sheep steal off. But regardless, the real key here is going to be... It looks like I failed to get the sheep steal off. Yeah, failed to get the sheep steal. That's fine. Let's just go and scout my opponent's side of the map as thoroughly as possible, and then come back. There's one choke point, one tiny little choke point between our two halves of the map, so I should be able to win this handily if I can control that choke point. That's a big if, though. I'm playing against the hardest. They do tend to advance more aggressively, build more varied units, and since his elite unit is the Tarkan, he is going to have a better anti-building baseline than the Brits did. I think I have enough to start luring a boar. Let's go and take a boar. Alright, looks like we've got it up to 6 on wood. That's fine for now. Again, don't know the correct numbers, I just go with what makes sense to me. We're going to need to force drop off 5 food to maintain constant unit production. I'll continue to scout this guy out as much as possible. Gonna need to drop off food. That's another reason why you want this boar inside the town center square if at all possible, because it makes forced drop off much easier to pull off. Okay, we're gonna breathe for a second here. We've got a moment or two. That thing's gonna finish in no time. Looks like we ran out of sheep way earlier than I'd like. Oh, crud, I built a house, not a mill. That's fine, we'll just put the mill on the other side. Suffice it to say, this is not a smooth opening for me. All of you guys went idle. Go get that boar. In the meantime, where is the other sheep are here, and the deer are here. We're gonna mill those deer. And we're gonna spare some time to go and lure out the sheep. Drop your food, go here. Move these sheep here to when this boar dies, and waypoint the berries for further building. 21. So yeah, this is a very not smooth start for me. I didn't catch all my sheep early on. I picked an odd lumber site. And very irregular food acquisition. But watching and policing this idle villager button is like the difference between good play and bad play at this level of play. And I'm still pretty good about policing it. It looks like he may have just aged up. Because his civ stats have stalled out compared to mine. So he's probably spending. Alright, we got 3 more villagers to go, and then we are going to age up. It looks like we are going to be on time for food. We have not started gold yet, and that's normally I would have, but right now I'm thinking because I know I'm imbalanced, maybe I should wait a little. Oh no, what could that be? Scout got into my side of the map, so we'll try and hunt him down as best we can. Oh, I'm housed? Forget it. It's not worth waiting for being unhoused before I upgrade. Just go. I don't see a cluster of boars. Usually there's a cluster of 3 boars. I don't see where they are. There. That's pretty far off. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to justify the wait. So we're just going to have to transition to farming. I can't delay the transition to farming the way I normally would like to. Alright, that is an airtight wall. Good. Let's continue to expand my housing capacity. When I do get aged up, I'll want a little more. I do have a little more wood-free food supply in these berries yet. And these deer, and there's 1 more deer left. As soon as we age up, we're gonna need to make a smithy and a market. We're just about ready to do that. And when you guys are done, this is a nice trick. You can shift-click to queue up actions for after completion, so after they're done with that, they should jump back. Alrighty, so I will eventually need barracks and more here, but for now I'm just going to start my stone process early. These guys have gone idle at the worst possible time. Get onto berries until we have enough wood to handle the transition. This wood drop that I'm experiencing right now is going to punish me greatly, because it's going to limit my ability to make town centers when I do level up. We are leveling now. The top priority is going to be getting double bit axe as soon as we have 50 wood. We have 9 on wood. We could afford more. We should get more. This first, this second. Alrighty, that mill is going to finish up in no time. Delay these. Transition 1 from gold over to stone. Alrighty, we are maximizing our farm value. We're still low on vills, we only have 28. So we're really gonna have to make good on our boom as soon as we hit the next stage. I think I'm gonna be reduced to using the market to buying wood. It's not ideal, but yeah, we're gonna need all the wood we can get as soon as that age hits. And for now, let's just chase that guy around until he dies. No idle vills, that's something. 27 villagers. This is going to be a decent site for one of my town centers. This is a good site. Actually, this is an excellent site right here. Got all 3 resources nearby. You all went idle? Great. Head over to where you're going to make the town center. You guys are going to make the first one right away. I'll pretend that we did that on purpose. Non-stop production begins now. Maximize our wood because that is the limiting resource. We ideally would drop another town center immediately, but unfortunately. Well, we did beat him into the Castle Age significantly. We're short on stone and will be for a while for castle purposes. Perfect. We just got enough for our next town center, which we will drop here. Anywhere, just make it happen, for Christ's sake. Alright, whatever. Get rid of these trees. You guys are on trees, that's fine. I think this might be too hilly of a zone, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the problem, it's too much hills. We're just gonna do this then. Okay, we have enough for the 3rd town center, which we'll put deep in the woods. Or sorry, the 4th town center, and now we're gonna full pivot over to stone mining, because as soon as I get that castle up, I'm in good shape. But until I get that castle up, I'm not in good shape. Economic upgrades are on point. So that's good. Oh, shoot. Housing-wise, we still have a lot. We're gonna lose houses if he decides to aggress early on this, but who knows, he might not. I don't know how I'm losing the civ stats this badly. My guess is that he has a full military already, and that's giving him a lot of points, because at this point, my boom means, by definition, I'm doing better than he is. If he can't harass me, he's not gonna stop. You never want to let a Goth player like myself full boom without being interrupted. We finally have a lot of lumberjacks, and we now need to start worrying about farming. So, take a bunch off of wood. Where was that boar cluster? Here? Yeah, let's go ahead and do a thing here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine for now. And you two can tap that. Housing, we're doing okay, but we're falling behind a little, so make a strip of houses. Barracks researches. We never made a barracks. Probably for the best. We were behind on wood, but now we are not behind on wood, so a barracks would be appropriate. Okay, what was that? Perfect. Looks like they all went and did their thing. Appropriately. Yeah, we're gonna have a couple of these guys turn over to boar hunting. They can switch back later. Cool. Also, why are we not making villagers constantly? So, our Hun opposition still, I mean, they're hardest, right? Maybe they're taking full siege or something? I don't know. We're definitely gonna prep here, with that castle.
Boevere. 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 Boevere.
Huns are well known for cavalry arching, I want to say. Which I can deal with very nicely on account of being Goth. And therefore not worried about archers. But it might behoove me to make sure I upgrade my Halbs and Pikemen as well. They may prove to be an important line in this conflict.
Ja.
Ja.
Heise. Ouvert. Ouvert. Ouvert.
Boevere.
Okay, all my techs are being queued up. So, castle is prepped, still not under attack, so that's good. We're gonna plan for a full infantry army again. Oh my god, Town Watch is so wonderful. Really opens the map up. Let's tap another forest here for our main town center to use. Oh, perfect. You guys take the next war. Technically don't need to worry about using boards at this stage of the game, but free food, free wood is free, and every farm I don't build is saving me wood. So there's that. These guys here get working on a bunch of stuff. Oh! And here comes the first strike. Honestly, most important way to deal with this is going to be having a few Huskarls ready, because that's a pure archer army. And there's no increased cost to craft them in the castle or out of the castle, so there's literally no reason to not do that. Get some defensive upgrades going, and more Huskarls, please. You guys are doing fine. Get onto the next natural resource. You guys prep. Research every upgrade that is researchable. Why are we not making more villagers? More villagers, please. We don't have nearly enough farms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go, people. This looks so painful. But honestly, until they have siege weapons, this whole attack is going to falter and fail, so it's not a real concern. Good. Board just finished. Got a second sense for these things. Alrighty, I don't know why they're idle. Oh, it looks like a mine just finished. Great. Cap another mine. Also, build a monastery, please. We're gonna need that shortly. New farms. I am perpetually low on food, but my wood stock is insane, so time to build another mill farm cluster. Okay, so he finally managed to get in range of the castle, and is losing everything because of it. I don't know why he thinks it's a good idea to attack. This is the hardest AI, by the way. This is not like a beginner AI or something. Alrighty, more vills. When do we stop making villagers? When we are dead. I'm tired of running out of food. And it does appear to be a limiting resource for me right now, so we're just going to get a bunch more of it going. Oh, there come the battering rams that I was talking about, them not having. It wouldn't hurt to get a siege workshop going because those are very effective against, sorry, a stable going because they're very effective against siege weapons in general.
Heiße? Ja, das ist so. Das war. Ja. Ja. Ouvert. 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 Ouvert.
Heiße, dass ich soll. Ja, dies war.
Ja.
Bereit.
Looks like the boars are all gone. Move over,
Das ist so.
but keep these farms used.
Ja. Das war. Ouvert.
Alright, control Y. Let's start cranking out some monks so that we can secure the recurring gold. I don't know why they went so deep, but they did, so let's pull them back. That's good. Another round of villagers, please. Okay, so at this point I would say we've begun to stabilize pretty well. Let's advance to the next stage. Take the shopping cart, upgrades. Make sure we're keeping up on our blacksmith upgrades. We need this ASAP and we don't have it, but it'll be back any minute now. You guys are just getting antsy for no reason, huh?
Ja. Ouvert. Ouvert.
Bloodthirsty. So we've managed to massacre his first attack wave, whatever it was. The monastery just cranked out a monk, I could hear it, so let's ditch that. Where's the next relic? Let's take an aggressive position and take that relic. And relic was picked up, so get it back to base. And then go for that one next. Idle villager, make a farm. Idle villager, make a series of houses. Idle villager, make an actual series of houses. Now what? Advancing, tech, barracks. Let's get the men-at-arms research going, because we are going to need... We're not necessarily going to need them, but I'd like to have access to the full line. And just start gothing out some infantry now. Good. Also gonna throw down a siege workshop. I don't think I'll make use of it, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Bring that back to the monastery. Could have sworn that there was a relic out here I was trying to take, but I didn't keep vision on it, so I might have lost it. Let's find out. Nope, we haven't lost it yet. We're gonna make his life miserable by just sending out some battering rams. Pikeman against Scout is a pretty good matchup. Has he not Imperialed yet? He has not. You know what? I don't have patience for this. We'll do that. That. Oh, he Imperialed right after me. Alright, so we still want to get some more upgrades before we move on and start actually fighting. Of course, actually fighting is a relative term. We want the Elite Huscarl immediately because that's going to be the core of our army. We don't need that house anymore, it's causing more trouble than good. This army is too small to be effective, so pull it back. Alright, Idle Vills. We always are playing the Idle Villager game. At 120 population, I will stop making villagers now. Because my population max of 200 plus 10 as Goths is limited enough.
Bereite. Ja.
Okay, we're out of gold. We need to pull it back and figure out what we're going to do about that. I would recommend selling a ton of wood for gold, and let's reorient some of this economy real quick. Monk is going for another run at the relic.
Streetet.
We're cutting pretty close to his core right here, actually. Yeah, get him back, get him back. What are these? It's cavalry archers and ordinary archers, so that's actually very good for us. In an ideal world, I would like to have another 100 villagers doing their thing, but that's not going to happen. Harder to convert, please. I don't think that'll ever actually get constructed, but I'd like to try. Okay, we're in his base killing his dudes. That's good. Let's micro a little bit. Let's focus on high-value targets. Yeah, you guys are not going to do much good if you're... See, every time he garrisons villagers in his town center, it slows him down immensely. So even if I'm not doing... Even if I'm not winning the game by this, I'm setting myself up to win. I would like to stream out a few more of you guys. I haven't even gotten perfusion set up yet, so there's a lot more to do that hasn't been done yet. My position is only going to get stronger, I guess is what I'm trying to say. No idle villagers? No idle villagers. Excellent. Okay, it looks like we're getting pushed back heavily. Now would be a good time to take on conscription. We don't need trebs right now. We're gonna need... or not conscription, sorry, perfusion. We want these things to be produced twice as fast. I want to empty my food and wood reserves at once, because look how much cavalry they have in that army. Okay, we're at unit cap. I wonder if there's just a whole bunch of idle troops somewhere that I just haven't noticed. Nope, never mind, we're winning the fight. We're winning the fight now. What are you guys doing? Oh, we emptied a gold mine. They're going to a new one, so take that one. Move that monk, get that relic, and then bring it back to the monastery. Alright, we're good. Taking a quick look at our economy, making sure it's golden. It's doing good, it's doing good. No obvious snafus. Please tighten the wood income. And you build me a new strip of houses. Never ever stop growing. Never ever stop growing. Oh, I probably didn't. Yep. And yep. So we are very much swarming him now. Everywhere. Just everywhere. I didn't even bother getting trebs to castles. I'm just using the might of the Goth spam to win by weight of numbers. I heard the monk picked up a relic, but I don't know where. There it is. Oh, that's a monk. There he is. Bring it in, bring it in. Constant production, constant loss.
Berated.
Focus down some of these villagers. We're gonna actually remove his income.
Pace. Sasa.
Also, unless he has murder
Ya,
holes,
ya.
they should be safe at the base of the castle. He does not appear to have murder holes, so those guys should be able to take that castle out if they're not interrupted. More important, though, let's get this trebuchet to do its job. Remove the actual problem.
Hey, ja. Rete.
You guys
Ouvert.
could strip of houses.
Ouvert.
Pace.
Next
System.
wave coming.
Ya.
So if you were to follow up and look at the breakdown of points and stats, or the replay, you'll see that what was happening at this stage is that the enemy is losing 50 food worth of villagers constantly, and trying to replace it, and then losing it, and replacing it, and losing it, and replacing it.
Pace.
That's 31 elite Huskarls. We're just going to march on the... Yep, town center, and there it is. Game. Game. Very satisfying. We had this Treb killing that over the wall. We had these guys at the base of the castle knocking it out. These guys harassing here. Beauty of a Hardest AI is how resilient they are to being taken out. They'll keep fighting and keep rebuilding and trying to live. But when you have this level troops just waltzing through the village, I mean, look at my production. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units being produced at roughly 10 seconds per troop. So in 10 seconds I would have 12 troops, and then the next wave would be queued up, and the next wave. And granted, a lot of these are quote-unquote trash units with just halbs, but that's 10 melee DPS, right? As compared to 16. It's a difference. Not going to pretend it's not a difference, but it's more than enough to win basic battles. Especially when you know your opponent is going with horses, which my opponent was, cavalry, archers, and archers. I mean, look at his base. 1, 2, 3 3 archery ranges, 1, 2 stables, 3 stables, 4 stables. So you can, there's an extra archery range. You can see that that was clearly his tilt. And, you know, he's a Huns. He gets a lot of bonuses to cavalry archers, so it's to be expected, which is why we went with this composition. Now, I was teching by the side into champions, but I didn't actually build any because he never went melee, so I didn't need to worry about it. This particular combination is very effective. You have the halbs, the Huskarls, which more or less ignore archer fire, hard counter archers, deal more damage to archers. In a melee fight, they'll hold their own. They won't win. They'll win with 16 damage, but they're not gonna dominate. Against cavalry, they'll die quickly. So most people would go cavalry, but that's where you throw out the 30% reduced cost pikemen, which are upgraded all the way up to halberdiers, and they control the cavalry side. So put it all together, and you beat the usual counters. Now, strong hand-to-hand fighters are where you start to really give out here. If my opponent can swarm with samurai, Teutonic knights, something like that, or even Mamelukes are considered melee damage, not range damage, then my defensive bonuses for the Huskarls don't matter, and I have to switch over to using champions because it's more cost effective for hand-to-hand fighting. I'm slightly better at hand-to-hand fighting. But regardless, I can still use this production base to spam units, and look at the mini-map and you can see what it looks like to just constantly be pouring into his base. All of this is based off the back of an economy that runs itself, and to hit that point, you really need 2, 3, even 4, 3, 4, 4, even 5 town centers. You need to be comfortable just throwing down a ton of farms, and when you think you have enough, add a few more, and then once the economy is running itself, then you can really just pour out massive damage. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Thank you all for hanging around, and I'll see you guys next time.